City News is brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers, Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.
Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. A new and improved Eat Street will have a soft reopening tomorrow. Water Safety New Zealand says their key message this summer is for proper supervision around water, and entries are open for teams taking part in next year's Relay for Life. Inner City Enterprises manager Nick Dallymore says things are looking up in the CBD, with free 2-hour parking proving popular with shoppers, and also the opening tomorrow of the new Eat Street. Mr Dallymore says after months of development, the new look Eat Street reopens for business tomorrow afternoon. He says there will, however, be a few relatively minor build elements left to do in the new year, following which an official opening will be planned.
Tomorrow is it opens back up to the public, so fantastic day. We've obviously been looking forward to Friday for quite some time now. Everyone's been watching the space as it develops, and of course this week it's been all hands to the guns as they've finished off all the major elements. There are still some elements that will be finished in the new year, but on the whole the space from a general Joe public point of view will be completed.
More on what's new in the CBD with Nick Dallymore later in the show. A new tourist attraction planned for the Redwoods has taken almost 2 years to complete. The attraction will include a canopy walk, bushwalk and sleeping pods for overnight stays. Rotorua District Council Redwoods Manager Julianne Wilkinson says the new attraction's called Redwoods Outdoor Adventure Activities.
I'm so excited about this. This is very cool. I've been working on it for a couple of years, so it's coming to fruition. We are putting in a aerial tree walk, so hopefully construction will start February, March, with a timeline of opening mid next year. So that's phase 1, which is the tree walk, and then phase 2 is the canopy walk, which is a really high, sort of 20 metres up in the trees. And phase 3 are sleeping pods, which will be the first in New Zealand, sleeping up amongst the trees. So I'm really excited about making that happen this year.
Water Safety New Zealand is promoting the key message of proper supervision around water this summer season. Water Safety New Zealand representative Corey Sweeney says have fun around the water this summer, but stay in reach.
I think one of the big ones over summer is it's around making lasting positive memories with friends and family over summer. It's a great time to be out recreating in water, and but it's important to be safe. So for one of the big ones for us is around supervision. So when you're with your kids at the beach or by the pool, so making sure that you're within sight, within reach. It's so easy for these kids to run off. They get excited around water, they love the water, but it's important that you are within reach, so if anything does happen you can react. So supervision is a really big one.
In sport tonight, entries for next year's Relay for Life have opened, with teams already signing up to the iconic event. Relay for Life is a Cancer Society fundraiser and involves team members walking and jogging through the night, symbolising the fact that cancer never sleeps. Local organiser Alia Ryan says there's plenty of activities on at the Relay to help keep teams motivated.
So we try and encourage the community to get involved as much as we can. The whole event is about everybody coming together to celebrate, remember and fight back and support the work of the Cancer Society. So as you mentioned, it is the second largest fundraiser for us here, and everything's about trying to get those dollars in to help the organisation. So there are other things that will be going on throughout the time period as well to help keep things fun. We'll be having themed laps, different entertainment from different groups in there as well, a bit of Zumba, a bit of things to keep you motivated, especially through those tough times in the early hours of the morning.
For more information on next year's Relay, visit relayforlife.org.nz. To your weather update now. Tonight, showers, southwesterly winds, an overnight low of 8. Tomorrow, Friday, fine with light winds, a high of 23 and a low of 9. And the outlook for Saturday, fine with westerlies developing, a high of 24 and a low of 13. And the marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Friday, southerly 10 knots easing in the evening with waves less than half a metre, and it looks to be fine. Still to come in tonight's program, Kylie Lang has news about what's on at the Glow Festival, Nick Dellymore has an update on initiatives happening in the CBD, and we catch up with Bay of Plenty Rugby Union CEO Mike Rogers about next month's National Sevens on at the International Stadium.
Well, joining me now from the RDC is Major Event Coordinator Kylie Lang. Thanks for joining us today, Kylie. Now, last year was a massive success for the Glow Festival, but this year you got things a little bit different, so let our audience know at home what's changed.
Okay, last year we had Buskers and Bazaar on 27th, sorry, get my dates right. We decided not to go with that this year, so we've changed, and our festival is now the 31st, the 1st and 2nd of January. So the new event on the 2nd of January is called Summer Fiesta at the Night Market, and we're kind of taking over the market, theming it.
Will Bridget be happy about that?
Well, I have worked with her. Came in and says, we're taking over. So, everything will be themed, and the stalls will be selling all the summer type of food, and they'll all be dressed up, of course. And so we're encouraging people to wear their, sarongs and jandals and come down and look the part as well. But we're going to have long tables all themed with summer, and there's going to be some extra activities that'll be quite cool to take part in, and there'll be like sun lounges, sand pits, umbrellas, all that kind of stuff that will make the market look a little bit cool.
Now, obviously, there's going to be a bigger event, so are you going to close off a bit more to Tanakai Street, or just that one section?
Yeah, no, we're actually, we like compact. We liked, we did the midwinter Christmas, and it was really, people were complaining they couldn't get a park, which is my best news.
Now, I'm glad you brought up some activities, because I heard the fish pipe's going to be there.
Yeah, so Ogo, that does the big circle rolling down the hill activities, they've actually got a fish pipe, which is a rugby-shaped big blow-up ball, and it's in a frame, and people can sit in it and spin around. And so I had to get a truck in to deliver it, and it's going to be all set up.
It'll be free to the public?
It's gold coin donation, because we're raising funds for a charity, and basically, that's pretty cheap for a ride, isn't it? So, no biggie. And, it'll be right in the middle of the market, so it's going to be awesome.
Now, you mentioned charity. Who is it?
It's McDonald's Retreat. Here in Rotorua, the families get to come and have some time out because they've got a sick child.
Yeah, that's retail in Mangataha, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's the second, so we need to go back to the first. Let's talk about the 31st and Party in the Park. So that's going to be another big event like last year, and you've got some guest stars, some special guest stars.
Yes, so if you watch the X Factor, you're going to know who I'm talking about, but Jackie Thomas was first in that, so we've got her performing, and we've also got Whenua, who was second. And then there's lots of other performers going on, and that show will finish about a bit after 9. We've got to wait for it to get dark, so then we'll have the first lot of family fireworks. Then everyone is encouraged to move closer to the lake because we've got a movie showing, and we haven't decided what movie. You need to go to Facebook and vote on that. But then at midnight we have the massive fireworks, so the big finale.
Yeah, so between the 9:30 and the 12:30 the movie will be shown, and then the big fireworks after that. So is it going to be as big as last year? Bigger?
And a bit different. So there's a bit more fire involved, I've been told, so that sounds good.
All right, let's go to the first, because it's the first big brunch, big brunch of the year. Again, last year was very successful.
Yes, and it is family-focused day. We know people would go have a picnic usually anyhow, so we're just encouraging them to come to the village green. There'll be tables, chairs, umbrellas, that sort of thing, but, bring some food down if you want, or go to the food stores and the restaurants around. Entertainment, 11 till 3, so, local talent, and, got some good bands that are going to sing some music that you can sing along to.
Yeah. Any advice for families coming down with their kids, like sunscreen and obviously needs of water, things like that?
Yeah, definitely. Last year it was really, really hot. Who knows what the weather will do this year, but, bring everything you can and set up and, spend the whole time there.
Now, like we said, last year was the first time we did the Glow Festival. This is the second year. Again, if this is successful, is it something that that the RDC is going to do in the future?
Yes, definitely. We'd love the community to get more involved and run some of the events. That's what we're about, is kind of passing it on. But gives people something to do at New Year's.
Now, at the first big brunch, Collie, there's going to be some prizes which I'm sure our audience at home would like to know. So just give us an idea what they are.
Okay, so I have 4 bands playing. So after every band, there's going to be a prize giveaway. It's just going to be come fill in your name, go on the draw, and we'll get the MC, Paul Hickey, he's doing it, and he'll pull out a name and win some prizes. We've got a digital camera in the first prize pack, a couple of iPods in the next ones, and then an iPad as the major prize at the end.
Nice. Now, you mentioned 4 bands. You know who they are?
Yes, of course. They're people I've had play before, so if you come to other events you might have seen them. Count Me In and 4 to 1 played last year, so they're coming back. And then I've got some younger talent, Lucas and Emily, don't know if they're just up and coming straight out of school. And then I have David and Anna, and they're pulling in their sister as well. So
it's a bit of a trio.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, to put on a massive event like this, you need a lot of help from businesses around town. So is there any major sponsors out there that have been contributing to this huge festival and you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I definitely think the Daily Post, they've come on board a lot, and they're doing plenty of ads for us. And we have Classic Hits that, of course, are supporting us with an MC on the day and ads. And then we've got lots of funders, and they're already great on board from last year and repeat again.
Now, there's people at home wanting some extra information. Is there a Facebook page or a website they can go to?
Yep, we have both. Website is rotoruaglowfestival.co.nz, and Facebook. Yeah, you want to go to that, vote for the movie, and check out what's happening and all the updates.
All right, Kylie. Awesome. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Well, it is a beautiful day in the heart of Rotorua City, and I'm here with Nick Dallimore, who's going to be telling me about the changes that you're starting to see happening around. So we've got a big one in the middle of us behind there, the Christmas tree.
Yep, sure. The Christmas tree, of course, is 2 metres taller than it was last year, and of course all the brightly planted gardens and the scrub day and all the clean-up that's been going on within the inner city.
It's pretty neat, isn't it? It's great to see.
It's fantastic to see, I guess, the ownership and everybody really taking care of what is there in the city. Not just about us doing whatever we can do, but about the way everybody else steps up. And I think the city, the city's looking really great. It's got a good vibrancy about it at the moment. There's still lots more to do, but it's a great start.
It is, absolutely, and just, as we travel around the city and we talk with different people, there's a real energy and there's a real excitement happening in the city at the moment. So tell me about Eat Street, because that's something that a lot of people are anticipating, isn't it?
Absolutely, and of course tomorrow it opens back up to the public. So fantastic day. We've obviously been looking forward to Friday for quite some time now. Everyone's been watching the space as it develops, and of course this week it's been all hands to the guns as they've finished off all the major elements. There are still some elements that will be finished in the new year, but on the whole the space from a general Joe public point of view will be completed. And it'll be a fantastic place to go and spend your summer days over Christmas, relaxing and having something to eat and a drink, and
start learning about it, start getting familiar with that place during summer, and then go down there in winter when the footpath is warm.
I'm really looking forward to how can I be saying I'm looking forward to bad weather? But to be honest, that's really when it will come into its own, of course, with that geothermally heated concrete where you can dine above the nicely heated floor.
And we're the only ones in New Zealand with that, aren't we?
As far as I know, we're the only ones in this country that have done something like this.
So we can be very proud of ourselves.
Very proud.
Now tell me about that, the free parking, because I'm enjoying that, I have to say.
Yep, and there's lots of cars around us that seem to be enjoying it as well. So the P120, 2 hours limited time free parking within the central area has certainly gone off really well. we've got these sensors so we can now see the occupancy levels, and there certainly is good occupancy level. But not only that, there seems to be really good turnover. So whilst people have got up to 2 hours free parking, on average, I just ran an average for Tutanako Street, the length of Tutanako Street, for the second week that we had the free parking in, and on average people were turning over roughly every 32 minutes.
So that's great. So they're not abusing it, are they? They're using it, and it is an asset to the city because it's got to be bringing business into the centre of the town.
Absolutely. The neat thing about it is we've got a really high occupancy, so lots of cars in car parks, but they're turning over, so that means lots of cars, and hopefully lots of cars means lots of people, and enjoying our inner city, and of course some shopping and taking the experiences to offer.
Now, the free parking, it is just a trial. What will make it continue on? What are you hoping to see?
So the trial is set down for around about 18 months. That enables us at about the 12-month period to take that into a formal process and consult on changing the parking policy if one needs to change it. I guess what does success look like? That people are using it, that there is good occupancy, but there is still good turnover, that it's working for people that both live in the city and also our visitors, and of course that it's adding to the vibrancy, so it feels like there's good activity going on within the inner city.
Have you had any feedback from the businesses? Are they saying that the free parking is helping bring customers through their doors at all?
And anecdotally we've had some really great feedback. Certainly increased activity, again that whole sense of vibrancy, the perception of just feeling better about the place.
And so what are you looking forward to for the new year in Rotorua?
Well, of course, more fantastic weather, but I guess Tutanako Street continuing to develop the intersections. Our trial down on Rotorua and Tutanako, of course, those wonderful pieces of art lent to us by Joe Kemp, really has been fantastically received. One of the ways that you measure sort of the success in an inner city area is when you see people standing taking photos and people in photos, and even with our Christmas tree, lots of people are standing at that intersection and getting photographed with those pieces of art. So it really is engaging with people, and I look forward to that, continuing that concept all the way through the street so that we can really create a strong destination right from Rotorua Central all the way down to the lakefront.
Absolutely brilliant. And so how long will those art pieces be there?
Yeah, well, good question. Probably 2 or 3 months. Joe's lent them to us, but we're still kind of hopeful that someone might step up and actually purchase the pieces, and they could become a permanent part of local community art in Rotorua.
A lovely little Christmas gift somebody might like to give to Rotorua.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice indeed. Well, thank you, Nick. It's been a pleasure talking with you under this beautiful tree in a fantastic city.
Thank you.
Telda.
At the Rotorua International Stadium on the 11th and 12th of January. This place is going to be absolutely buzzing because it's the National Sevens for the first time here in Rotorua, and we aim to keep it here, but it's going to be up to all of you to get out here and support it. These seats behind me here in the stadium hopefully will be absolutely chocker. It's going to be a carnival atmosphere, but to give us a bit more detail, CEO of Bayapinti Rugby Union, Mike Rogers, is with us, and I think you're mildly excited about this whole thing too, aren't you?
Oh, we're definitely excited about the event. There's a lot of hard work has gone into getting it here in the first instance and making sure we do a really good job of retaining it, like you said. So, no, we're very excited about the opportunity to host.
And almost as we speak, the lead-up has been, of course, the regional finals and bringing it down to who's going to be here. There's a lot of talent out there, isn't there?
Oh, there's an incredible amount of talent. I think with the new pathways that the Sevens being in the Olympics for both men's and women's has created, you've seen a lot more athletes coming to the game and really focusing on Sevens as a career path. So, yeah, it's really exciting what's happening in the game.
And of course, I think it's coloured too, to a large degree, Mike, by the fact that Gordon Titchens and his boys for a lot of years now have kept the Sevens, as far as New Zealand is concerned, right up there to Commonwealth Games and national international championships. So that's got to be good for the Sevens sport.
Yeah, I think it is a shop window, a profile. What they've done on the world stages has really been incredible, and now the women are doing the same thing. They're emulating what our men has done. So around the world, we're held in such high regard in terms of what Titch and now Sean's doing with the women's program, that it does create a great platform for our talent to come through and create names for themselves moving forward.
Not bad for a small country. We do okay, don't we?
We certainly do.
Now, on that weekend, of course, the 11th and 12th of January, and hopefully the weather will be just like it is here today, you're looking for a pretty carnival atmosphere. I mean, we think of the Wellington Sevens and everyone gets dressed up and stuff like that. You're hoping for a little bit of that here too.
Yeah, we want a lot of colour. We want the crowd to sort of own the event and really enjoy the event as a whole. And like you said, it is a carnival festival atmosphere. We want family-orientated entertainment, so we'll have a big family zone with bouncy castles and slides, So we really do want to make sure that people can come here for a full day and have a day's entertainment. And we certainly price the tickets for families as well. And we just, would love to have the Rotorua and wider community take a big part in leading a great event.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of that weekend itself and the Bay of Plenty Sevens scene, as it were, what's it like? Are we in there with a chance, maybe?
Well, I hope so. That's certainly a goal of ours, is both the men's and women's. Yeah, I think they passed the first test. They both qualified, which is, that was a hurdle for the women because we haven't been at a national tournament before. So, both teams are there, and I know they're working hard, and they're, I'm sure they want to do us proud in terms of it being played in Rotorua and on the home stage. So, we're excited about that opportunity as well.
I'm glad you mentioned the women because I've been watching a bit of the regional finals as well, and there's a lot of really good talent coming through in the women's sides as well, and we're going to see that here.
Oh yeah, it's really exciting, and especially a number of athletes coming from different sports as well. So you've got your traditional women who have been playing rugby for a while, but now you're seeing a lot of athletes coming from other sports to actually have a go at Sevens with, like I said before, that carrot of going to the Olympics. So there's incredible talent, and I find that game just as exciting to watch as the men. So it's going to be action-packed regardless who's out on the field competing.
I think we're noticing too, as opposed to taking nothing at all away from the 15-side game, the Sevens is much faster. There's much more happening, even though it's in a shorter space of time, which creates that excitement, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people are sort of, I think, comparing it to the 2020 of cricket. It is, and it sort of fits our society now. Everyone wants a fast, action-packed entertainment package, and I think Sevens lends itself perfectly to that. And I think, this weekend people will see that, and a number of different teams as well. We have teams right throughout the country, so regardless of where you're from, you can come here and support your team, and I think on a one day, and I think that's really a big part of what Sevens has been so successful as well.
Will the public, and you mentioned families, which I'm pleased to hear that you're going to make it accessible and affordable for families, will they have access to the teams and the players to sort of autographs and stuff like that? That's going to be part of it?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of what Sevens is all about, that the players are accessible and they float around, so it's a lot more relaxed in terms of the environment. So I think you will have that opportunity for the kids to get close to their heroes. We see that a lot at Sevens tournaments, and the players sort of accept that's part of what Sevens is about. So I think the opportunities to interact with some of these players will be great for some of these young kids coming to the event.
Well, if anyone wants to make some more inquiries, can they do that through the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union or events and venues here?
Yeah, we've got our own website set up, so www.nationalsevens.co.nz, and they can, so all the information will be there, and obviously purchasing tickets, and the Rotorua Council have certainly been really supportive. You can purchase tickets from the Rotorua Convention Centre as well. So again, we're just trying to make it as easy as possible for people to come along and enjoy the event.
Will you be wearing some special costume on the day yourself?
Well, I'll wait and see what you wear.
I thought you might throw that in. Anyway, all the very best for what potentially is going to be a great event, and it's just going to be colossal here. So thank you indeed for your time.
Thanks, mate.
And what a great event to take the family along to. That's the National Sevens on next month at the International Stadium. If you have any news or an event that TV Rotorua can support, you can call the station on 073488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for joining us tonight. For all the team at City News, Maria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News was brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers, Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.